15 years ago, I was in the midst of a codependent relationship, although at that time I had no idea that what we were doing had a name. For years, we followed the typical pattern of codependent behavior, caught between one emotional disaster and the next, until one day I decided that something had to change. Through the next decade and a half, I learned much about this dance that I had been doing with my former partner and how destructive and damaging it had been for the both of us. Through this book, I hope to impart the lessons that I learned, the experiences I had, and the strength I found to move through these times and rebuild my life. In this book, you will discover the meaning of codependency, how to recognize the signs of codependent relationship, and how to free yourself from its destructive clutches. I have included pertinent information designed to help you recognize the behaviors displayed by codependents and techniques that you can implement immediately to help you end a codependent relationship in a healthy and safe way. Once you have broken free of codependency, there is a chapter on healing after a codependent relationship and how to prevent a slide back into old behavior, and another on rebuilding your emotional health from the ground up. And when you feel ready to enter into a new relationship, I have included some helpful tips to guide you through the process. Codependency is, in fact, a relationship of two halves. One cannot be codependent alone. To be codependent, you must have an opposite and opposing role. While one person plays the role of the fixer or pleaser in the relationship, the other person acts out the part of taker or controller. A common example of this is where one partner is emotionally or physically abusive. That's the controller, and the other becomes used to the behavior and learns not to challenge it. That would be the pleaser. In a codependent relationship, one person encourages his partner's addiction, underdeveloped mental health, low achievement, irresponsibility, or immaturity. It is a dysfunctional and highly unhealthy dependence on another person for approval. Codependents are overpowered by a strong misconception that one's sense of self-worth originates from another. Codependency not just prevents you from enjoying healthy, balanced, and mutually fulfilling relationship, but also destroys your sense of self-worth, increasing the likelihood of mental disorders and inhibiting your ability to lead a rewarding life. There is some confusion and vagueness when it comes to defining codependency. It is a complex psychological concept which has multiple definitions and aspects. The dictionary states that codependency is an excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner, typically one with an illness or addiction, who requires support. In this book, you will learn more about what is codependency, symptoms of codependency, crossing denial to recovery. So, are you codependent? Getting started in recovery. What made you codependent? Healing your wounds and freeing yourself. Welcome to the real you. Building self-esteem and self-love. Finding pleasure. Letting go and non-attachment, speaking up, relating to your family, friends, and lovers, making relationships work, following your bliss, the people pleaser, being assertive, the essential dictionary to understanding narcissistic abuse, have a love affair with yourself, and more. What are you waiting for? Scroll up and click the Buy Now button.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.